Hi, my name is Jenny Lauren Dowden for Conduit News, and today we have Justice of the Peace Patrick Deakins joining us. As many of you know, he is running for Washington County Judge. Hi, thanks for coming back in today.
Thanks for having me, Jenny Lauren. It's great to be here, as always.
Well, good, thanks. Listen, you made it past the primary election. You're now in a runoff against Mark Scalise. Tell us how that's going.
It's going really well. What we really want to highlight, though, is that voters need to come back out and have their voices heard June 21st. Historically, for the turnout for runoff is going to be very low. And so, voting is always critical, but please come out and have your vote heard again on the 21st, because it's going to be extremely critical to make sure we get a good, solid conservative candidate in that county judge role.
So now voters have a very distinct choice between you and Scalise. Talk to us about what those choices or what that distinction would be.
Yeah, and I think what it all boils down to is some of the experience and how we view the problems of the county. And so my time on the Quorum Court, chairman of the Finance and Budget Committee, and of course my work as a CPA, I think brings all the unique perspectives to this role. And so we're ready to hit the ground day one to be your next Washington County judge. I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative. I'm going to bring those types of foundations to any problem solving. What we're seeing is our opponents say, well, I want to get into office and learn how to be judge. I want several weeks of on-the-job training. And what I want voters to please realize is, with all the change and the challenges and opportunities Washington County is going to see, we cannot afford to have someone come into that role and have a training time. We see immense opposition to our conservative values that we want to embed in the county. And so somebody needs to come and take the bull by the horns day one in that office, and we're prepared to do that.
Let's talk about voter turnout and crossover voting. We saw that in just the regular primary election. And for those Democrats who turned out and voted in the Republican primary, they can come back in this runoff and vote again. Talk to us about that and what you're seeing and hearing.
Absolutely true. We've proven that out to ourselves that due to the lack of, we know their policies are bad. We know they had a lack of candidates. And so what they've done now is they've crossed over and started voting in Republican primaries to get the least effective candidate. And they have started a movement both on social media to support my candidate. And I think that can, it bothers us, but it also speaks volumes, I think, and hopefully to voters too, about what we stand for and what we're pushing for. I have worked very hard to make sure we have conservative values on the Quorum Court, and I have made no friends with the woke liberal crowd that occupies some parts of our county. And so what I want voters to know is I've worked very hard for you. I've stood in the gap. I've tried to fight very hard. I need you to come out and fight for me on the 21st and make sure that we're drowning out any kind of effect that kind of a movement can have.
The Washington County Republican Committee recently held a debate. Your opponent did not show up. I was hoping that there would actually be more of a debate between all of the candidates there. What did you think about that?
I was very disappointed. I want voters to have the opportunity to see us and contrast us and get to know us as candidates. And I think in any race that's extremely important. But what we've seen is it was not just a scheduling conflict. This is a pattern that my opponent has tried to lay out now. He has not done any newspaper interviews. The newspaper always does some candidate profiles and lead up to the election dates, and they're not hard hitting. But the fact that he has avoided putting policy out there to the voters, that he has avoided taking a stand, I think shows that we have a real clear choice in this election. And the Joe Biden basement strategy, let's pray it doesn't work in this election, because I think Washington County deserves much more effective leadership than that.
All right, early voting is happening right now. It ends June 20th.
June 20th.
Runoff election day is the 21st.
Yes. So early voting at the county clerk's office at the courthouse, 8 to 4:30 through Monday, like you said, and then Tuesday the 21st. All the polling places will be open again 7 to 7. So please come out. Please go through your contacts. Make sure people know there's an election, and make sure that they know the conservative candidate for county judge is Patrick Deakins, and my family would love to have your support.
Anything else that you want to add?
That's great. I just want to thank the voters for being in this spot. We've got one more leg here to get through the primaries, and let's do it. Like I said, please remind your friends and family, and we appreciate everything everybody's doing.
All right. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you, Jenny Lauren.